Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. So it turns out that I was completely wrong in my suspicions. It is indeed 2x primals this weekend, and moreover, it's a true 2x primals, meaning that it's a boosted chance across the board on epics, legendaries, and mythicals. I didn't expect it to be so soon because the last one was literally 2 months ago in January. And I don't know about you guys, but I didn't really gain all that many shards in that amount of time. I kind of like the 6-month gaps or whatever they used to be, but I digress. Anyways, so we are pulling, of course, for the purpose of the Titan event here, the Victorious Titan event, and more specifically, the Champion Chase associated with this weekend that is featuring 300 Titan event points, which I do plan to get all of. So our goal for the day is this 4,200 mark. I mean, if we happen to get ridiculous luck, then maybe we can go to 5,500, but I think it's going to be a struggle to even get to the 4,000 points with so few, relatively few primals that we have here. But nonetheless, that is the going in plan. The good part is, though, that we do have some free points to redeem. So we have the Pelops fusion. I held off on fusing this because I knew this weekend was going to be a champion chase. So we've saved him for this lovely moment here. We drop 1 milli on the silver, and then we get a free 500 points for getting Pelops. So as I talked about in my post-fusion wrap-up summary on my community tab page, I don't really plan to use this guy in the immediate future, but I do think he is going to be a solid CC slash kind of passive damage dealer with HP burn and whatnot and stuff like that. Eventually, when it comes to for hard mode faction wars or just faction wars general for the organized crypt, which probably still close to a year out, at least at the time of this recording. But nonetheless, yeah, he is mine. Fusion is complete, and I guess my first token that for me is going to be a completely useless thing. So next up, we do have the previous fusion, or the previous fusion, which is Noljua the Gloaming. So I've saved her for this moment as well. Not specifically for this moment, but I just held off on summoning her last time because we ended up pulling a decent amount of voids and ancients, and so it didn't really feel necessary to min-max as much that time compared to this time, where we do kind of have to min-max because we only have a limited amount of primals, and you don't really get any bonus from pulling other shard types, although if need be, I will go to my mystery shards off camera and do those as needed. But nonetheless, the previous fusion, Noljua the Gloaming here, claimed her on the account. I do plan to at least build her out. Probably not going to book her out, but I do want to use her in hard mode faction wars. I think she's a solid kind of hybrid debuffer slash reviver. So there we go, 1,000 points total. And then the last thing we have is the summon pool. So we get to claim our champion. Who is it? And it's an epic, as expected. Okay, so nothing exciting there, but again, another 250 points there, which I think that actually goes to the inventory app, the inbox or whatever. But yeah, RIP Frey, who I was secretly hoping would have popped out of that prism shard, but nonetheless, we got another epic. And yeah, so 1,250 points is our starting point for getting into the primals. Jumping into the portal here, let's take a look at the overall shard count on my account at the moment. 446 on the ancients, 184 on the voids, 35 on the primals, which of course we'll be diving into today, and then 55 on the sacreds. Now, I kind of want to play this a little bit cautiously or safely. I want to just do 20 primals and not really any more than that. And actually, also, I forgot about remnant summons. I do have a ton of remnant summons, so we could probably use those instead of burning through mystery shards. But we'll come back to that if need be. But yeah, I kind of want to just cap myself at 20 primals. I don't really like pulling my shards all the way down to 0, just in case if there's any future surprise events. Obviously, if there's another 2x primals in a couple of months, which I doubt, but even if there is and I don't have enough shards, it's not the end of the world, because there's always going to be the next 2x primals. But because this one is part of the Titan event, which I do want to complete, I'm more compelled to kind of go deeper into my resources in this instance, but still not all the way down to 0. So I'm willing to go down to, I guess, 15 in this instance, just to have some buffer, just in case. You never know what's coming down the pipeline in the future. In terms of Mercy, we can pop up my Mercy tracker on the screen here, which will be linked in the description box down below if you'd like a copy of this for yourself. But literally across the board for every single shard type and every important rarity, we are fresh off of Mercy. So legendary, mythical, legendaries from the other respective shards. So at this point, honestly, it's up to RNGesus whether or not anything happens today. I'm not expecting much, as always, and whatever happens, happens. But yeah, I'm not even going to talk about who we're looking for, because most likely we shouldn't really get anything. But, duplicate epics along the way for empowerment would be good. And epics are just good in general for getting some points. So let's dive right in. Let's see what happens today. First 10 pop. what are we gonna get? We need 3,000 points combined from these 20, which is definitely a tall order, and a bunch of rares is not what you want to see. At least one epic. Hopefully we can get more than just the one. Probably not. Okay, maybe three epics. Okay, 820, not quite there, so we're a good bit short. Oof, not a great start in terms of the rates, but it is workable. We might actually have to pull up to 30 primals. That's probably as high as I'm willing to go. Again, we don't want to pull down to 0, but yeah, in terms of epics here, Luria, decent. AoE freeze is handy. Block revive can be useful on that ability as well. Urticata is kind of cool, but doesn't really have that much of a place to play in the game. And then Canoness is relatively underwhelming, despite getting a buff back when they used to buff epics. 10 pop number 2. We got 1 epic. We definitely want to see more than 1. We got 2 epics. There we go. 3 epics. Yes, this is what we want. Can we get 4? Yeah, here we go. Maybe even 5. We're a little bit greedy. 5 epics. Perfect. Okay, 1,300. That's a lot better. So 1,300, 800, that's about 2,000 points. We had 1,000 to start. So we are at 3,000-ish, I think. And so honestly, I think I'm more comfortable at this point just going to the remnant summons. We could do 4. I'll double check in the champion chase, but I think we could just do 4 remnant summons and then call it a day. Maybe we can get a mythical from those. I doubt it. But yeah, epics here. Lady Quillen, honorable mention for Lady Mikage epics. Go grab decent reviver. Probably the most accessible reviver, I should say, for Undead Hordes. Hoskril, decent AoE stun. Good defensive nuker as well. Then Sepulchre Sentinel, kind of outdated, but kind of an old school Demon Lord clan boss-esque champion. So let's double check my math here into the champion chase. We should be... Yep, just under the 4,000. I think it's 3,300, 3,400, 3,200, 3,500. All right, somewhere around there. So that means that we are guaranteed to get to 4,200 in 3 remnant summons at this point, and that's assuming 3 normal epics. So obviously, if we get anything better, it could be a little bit easier to go from there. But that's, to me, is a fair trade just to save primals again for anything coming down the pipeline in the future. Had we gotten like 1 epic or a 10 pull of rares, we definitely would have gone for the last set of 10 primals, but we'll take the 20 and kind of take our success there. So we get a non-void epic, 250 points. Okay, the minimum. Cornelia, good for Sand Devil. I know everyone always talks about Chronicler Adolin being able to place the sleep, but Cornelia has it. She's an epic, 100% chance to 3-turn cooldown. I don't know, she's been doing it long before Chronicler Aelin was in the game. I don't know why she gets so much hype. I honestly do not like Chronicler Aelin, but I digress. Warden, horrendous epic champion who's basically a rare. Not even going to talk about it. And then the last epic for the day is a void epic. Not that it really mattered, but Skavix, really solid support, good for faction wars, extra restrictive content, with the ability to steal some buffs here, but most importantly, the bread and butter is the full cleanse here. Block debuffs for 2 turns. Granted, on a 4-turn cooldown, but that's what you'd expect from an epic champion. So that should have pushed us a little bit over, but nonetheless, I think 4,300 or so should be where we are in the champion chase. So yeah, we're going to call it a success. In terms of that, we pulled the 20 promos that we intended to pull. We got all 300 points, and we liquidated some of our free air quotes resources in terms of getting some points towards the champion chase. Now, I could go for the mythical mats in terms of mystery shards and whatnot, but I'll have to think about it over the weekend. Maybe that'd be worth doing just to get the 50. Actually, let me see. Do I have the other half of 50? That might sway me one way or the other if we already have it. Ooh, we have 25. But I guess the best way to get closer to 100, since this event is going to be ending in a couple of 3-ish weeks or so, I guess the best way to get close to 100 would be to get the 50. So I'll probably do that one in terms of mystery shards. Just turn through that maybe tomorrow or something on stream. But yeah, that is going to do it for the day, folks. We did not get a mythical, so you don't have to come for me in the comments today. We did not get a legendary either. And obviously we didn't pull that many primals, and that's just the nature of kind of free to play, right? You're not going to be able to do 100 primals in one sitting or something like that. And so that's just kind of how it goes. In terms of the index, we do have both of the red dots for the Fusion Champion Solnoja with the Gloaming here. And then the other one is Pelops the Victor. So there we go. 2 new legendaries technically on my account, but they were both Fusion champions, the most recent 2 Fusion champions. All right, so that's going to do it for today's shard pulling session. Like I said, the last 2x primals was only a couple months ago, so I didn't really have all that much time to build up a stockpile of primals since the last time. And obviously being free to play, you can't, we can't re-up in terms of buying them in order to make, some more exciting videos or whatever. But that's just the nature of it. So this is kind of more reflective of, people just slowly but surely farming up primals over time. You're not going to have that many to pull at once, and you're probably going to get more so results like this than some of what you might see on the internet. But with that said, let me know what your results were for your account, assuming you were pulling your primals on your account as well. Let me know any and all legendaries and mythicals. Hopefully your first mythical if you haven't gotten one yet. But yeah, let me know all of that and more in the comment section down below. As always, if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel, and feel free to hit the subscribe button down below as well, if and only if you're enjoying the content overall on the channel, for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.